TikTok used to be one of the fastest growing apps in the world, exploding during the pandemic. Even I downloaded it during that time when I thought it would just eventually die out. But it seems like it's finally starting to lose its steam. Every couple of months, the United States are threatening with it being banned, and with that uncertainty comes with people trying to peddle more and more terrible products to the TikTok shop to make way more money before the ban eventually comes into effect. If you're like me, then you probably really enjoyed TikTok through the pandemic. I'm not gonna lie, doom scrolling during a historical event was kind of a vibe. But then here comes the stupid TikTok shop that was created in September of 2023. And from there on out is when TikTok as a whole started to go under. You see, the TikTok shop was initially created to integrate e-commerce features into the platform, allowing users to discover and purchase products directly within the app. It leveraged TikTok's popularity, especially among younger generations, for a seamless shopping experience. At least that's what it says online. When it was first introduced, I remember it being very subtle, and it was actually very easy to avoid. A lot of these videos had hashtags like TikTok shop, so if you just ban that hashtag, then you essentially blocked yourself from seeing those videos. But after TikTok introduced the TikTok shop tab on the platform, that's when it escalated and you weren't able to block it from your For You page anymore. And whatever you did, you could not get away from these creators who were shelling out terrible products just to get a small commission for. Now obviously there's a difference between the small mom and pop shops who have their own products being sold on the TikTok shop and they're just advertising for it. This can actually help the family as long as you don't overdo it and they are selling great products, then fine. But the creators who constantly post videos on terrible products just to get a buck is honestly insane, and it gives TikTok shop creators a terrible reputation. I feel like the TikTok shop and the platform as a whole kind of turned into Snapchat Spotlight, where after clicking through a few Snap stories, all of a sudden you are stuck on a non-skippable ad. The only difference is you can slide up on TikTok to scroll past it, whereas on Snapchat you can't. Also, no one really uses Snapchat anymore, but regardless, TikTok turned into an app that was filled to the brim with memes and good vibes. But it turned into a QVC platform where everyone is trying to make some sort of commission for posting videos on different products. Now it could be the most random products as well. It's essentially turned into Temu, but instead of looking at a website that you can clearly tell it's selling really terrible products, TikTokers are trying to tell you how great the product is, even though they know that it's not a good product. And I'm not the only one who feels like TikTok has gone downhill ever since the TikTok shop was introduced. On Reddit, there are a ton of people talking about the issue, with some saying, I'm gonna be honest, I'm just sick of seeing TikTok shop ads every 2 videos. Now that they added a whole section for TikTok shop, it has made my experience miserable. I just want to get to my following section, but instead I gotta swipe through the shop section. Like, I don't want to see any of that because I don't want to buy anything from y'all. I want a feature that will just turn it off, but I'm guessing their audience is also lacking, hence why they need new ways to make money. And TikTok shop is a joke. I'm over it. The whole app sucks now because of it. All the shitty influencers that were popular in 2020 and are now fizzling out have become the next QVC channel. It's disgusting. The lies and BS to sell a product is crazy. Here's the last few replies I saw that were relevant to this topic. One said, not only is it annoying, but these people are selling knockoff Stanleys and knockoff Uggs and then will cry about getting sued when these companies catch on to what they're doing. Finally, I have the knockoff Stanley and we went and bought a real Stanley, and the creators saying they are exactly alike are lying. They are nothing alike. I got one because of my job. I need something that insulates really well, and Stanleys are worth the price tag to me. The knockoff is good, but nothing like it. That last comment is true. Creators will sit on a throne of lies to try and get people to buy a product even if it's terribly crafted, like fake Stanleys. I'm not sure how creators got away with it, but during the Stanley hype, they started to sell fake Stanleys on TikTok. But when people bought them, they started to realize how cheap they felt, looked, and were made.
Scammed off TikTok shop. I didn't want to believe this, but it's true. Being the STEM girly that I am, I went on Stanley's website and I looked up the same product that I bought, and clear difference is this little space right here. The handle is pretty much touching the silver and it's not here. The rubber piece is a lot thicker on this one than the Stanley. A huge difference is that Stanley doesn't even have this fucking color. This is like a dusty pink, and this almost looks like it's a pink beige. But when you look on TikTok, they all have the fucking space on the handle, and you know that's fake. It's not just that TikTok shop, it's all of these as well. Like, don't buy a Stanley off any of these.
So it happened. I got scammed off the TikTok shop. I thought that I purchased an authentic Stanley cup, but it's not. So we're going to talk about how we know that this isn't a real Stanley cup. And how we're going to do that? We're going to compare it to an actual real Stanley cup that I purchased. So the first thing that I checked was the bottom of the cup. So they say like these screws, if it's like a Phillips screwdriver screw, that it's fake. These are legit like the ones that you see on Stanley. So I was like, oh, maybe it's real. Like I didn't get scammed. And the next thing that I noticed is at the bottom of the cup, it looked like a little bit off. Like this like metal sticker here was just like a little off center. And then I noticed that these words under here were underlined. And according to you Stanley pros, it's not supposed to be underlined. And the final thing that told me this is not a real cup, okay, this is not the real thing, is that if you look at the side here, the handle of my cup doesn't touch this like silver metal part here. And I'm like, and everybody knows supposedly that this handle touches this. So just be careful with the TikTok shop, because not everything is as it seems. You might be wondering, why would you buy a real cup if it's a good dupe? Like, why does it matter? I'm a middle school teacher and I cannot be walking around with a fake Stanley. Do you know middle school kids? They will clock me. They'll be like, miss, that's not real. That's not a real cup, miss. And I can't have that. That's embarrassing. Wow. Now, right off the bat, this is not the exact same model of Stanley. Like this is like a special Stanley. However, I can already tell the weight of it is much different from this. This is a little bit lighter and this is a little bit heavier. Now the handle itself is not exactly touching the metal ring part, but compared to this handle, there's a big difference. Okay, so it doesn't exactly touch it. Now looking at the bottom of the cup, same type of screws, right? Now looking at the bottom of this, it has a sticker covering it and there are no underlined words. It opens up pretty smooth, safe. Inside the cup, there's this manual, safety care manual. This is what the inside of the cup looks like if we want to do a direct comparison. The real one up top, and this is a fake one at the bottom. What do you guys think? Do you think it matters? Do you think this is even worth talking about? Do you think I should still use the fake one? You think it's safe to use the fake one? Can you really tell the difference? Honestly, it's not that big of a difference. It's really not. So if you want to save some money and you come across a TikTok ad for Stanley cups, just know it's not legit, but it's a good dupe. That's all I'm saying. It's not legit, but it's a very good dupe. So let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Obviously, you can avoid the TikTok shop tab, but it becomes an issue when every few swipes, you are looking at a TikTok content creator trying to sell you a product. And don't get me started on if you accidentally click on the link that sends you to the TikTok shop for that product. If you do that, then that's the only thing that will pop up on your For You page for weeks. Now, I'm not the only YouTuber or content creator who has issues with the TikTok shop and how it destroyed the platform. If you search TikTok shop ruin TikTok on TikTok, you will get a ton of videos agreeing with the search term.
I love this app. Like TikTok, it's a great app, but the one thing I'm tired of seeing is how every other post is just some sort of ad for some TikTok shop thing or just an ad for, oh, buy this. And I'm so tired of seeing it. Like part of the reason why people reminisce on how this app used to be like a few years ago, it's because there really weren't any ads. Like people would do, creators, they'd have their little like, promos, but it wouldn't be this big thing to where every video is like, oh, click the orange shopping cart button or, go get it in my TikTok shop or whatever. You wouldn't see that. It would be so much just more content based. Like some creators, their whole thing is just selling out and being like, oh, go buy this. And you can click not interested, but I guarantee you at least one out of every, 5, 6, maybe 10 videos, it's going to be somebody trying to sell you some stupid product. Like, yes, influencers, they used to have their promos. They do like Bloom or like the coldest water, all that stuff. Yes. But it wasn't so in your face in every other post. Like it wasn't like that. It was just like you would do the occasional one and then that'd be it. But now it's like, oh my God, every other post is some sort of advertisement. And I understand it brings a lot of money to the app and it brings a lot of money to people, which I'm never going to hate on someone getting their bag, but it is so annoying seeing what this app has turned into because so much of it is just repetitive, just like, hey, buy my code or whatever, use my code this. It's like, can we just get back to, making good content?
All right, so I'm going to keep this brief. I'm getting really tired of being sold stuff here on TikTok. Like, I know people have said this and made this observation before, and it was just like every 3 videos, every 4 videos, there was an ad. But it's getting to the point now where every video is someone selling something. Like, I just opened up TikTok and my last 10 videos have been either someone selling something on TikTok shop, it's been a sponsored post, an ad, or a live where someone's selling something QVC style. And don't get me wrong, get your bag or whatever, but by default, I don't trust people who are trying to sell me something because it gives like used car salesmen and you're just trying to make money off of me. So I just want TikTok to be fun again. Like, even the comments are not fun. The comments are giving Twitter bots. Yeah, I don't know, man. We just need to make TikTok fun again. I don't know how. Just yapping.
Stop showing me ads for shit on the TikTok shop. I'm not buying fucking food from TikTok. I'm not buying any of these garbage ass, Temu ass fucking products. Stop it. I'm sick and tired of it. I literally reached the fucking limit of things that I could filter out of my For You page. It won't let me add any more filtered words. I'm getting sick and tired of seeing people peddle this bullshit. Every video, literally every fucking video I see, it has a link to some fucking garbage ass product on the TikTok shop. I can't stand it. I don't understand who the fuck is buying shit this frequently off of TikTok that I'm seeing it every single video. I am not the demographic for this garbage. Please stop.
Even with the whole trend of before I die, I must tell you this, or whatever. I never liked The Godfather. Trend that was huge before TikTok was shut down for a day, called out the TikTok shop and how it destroyed the platform. And that video had over 550,000 likes, which is insane. TikTok shop is a huge contributor towards the fall of TikTok, but I have to speak about TikTok lives and ads as well. If you aren't getting a TikTok shop ad every few swipes, then you'll get a TikTok live from creators you have never even heard about. Remember, there used to be a disturbing TikTok live that would pop up of people eating maggots, and that was pretty disgusting. I had to swipe away super quickly. Ads aren't better either. Now they have ads at the end of videos as well, and they will actually cut off the video before it ends to show these ads. Even though this could be beneficial for the TikTokers and their CPM, there has to be a better way of doing it where it doesn't randomly cut off the last part of the video. TikTok has become a huge advertising platform. It feels less and less like an actual entertaining platform each day, and more like a huge ad for anything and everything under the sun. I also feel like the algorithm is against longevity with some of its biggest creators. Creators who used to be wildly popular, for some odd reason, just stopped being pushed out to everyone's For You page. I feel like this happens so quickly that if you don't have a backup plan, then you'll be left as an afterthought. I can't think of or even name one huge creator from 2021 who is still as big or even bigger than what they were back in the day. TikTok used to be a competitor towards YouTube at one point in time, but terrible decisions to focus on ads and TikTok shop over actual entertainment has ruined the app for just about everyone. It is crazy because people used to turn to TikTok because they used to complain about the ads on YouTube and how every couple of minutes YouTube would show ad. But now they are facing that same exact issue on TikTok, and it's even worse because now they have TikTok creators who are trying to peddle out a bunch of different things. I remember I followed like a gaming TikToker and also a fitness TikToker, and now instead of actually showing me anything for fitness or different foods that to make, whatever else, they just try to shill out a bunch of products. So yeah, that's what we're working with now. Everyone wants it to be optional with the TikTok shop ads they get on their For You page, but for some reason TikTok doesn't feel like they should give the viewer the option of wanting to see those ads or not. Obviously TikTok is a huge platform with a ton of creators, so it probably won't die that quickly, but I feel like people will stop using the platform more and more and gravitate back to YouTube, as long as YouTube can find a way to make YouTube Shorts more appealing to every generation. But how do you feel about TikTok? Do you hate those ads? Do you promote those ads? Or are you one of those live streamers who used to eat maggots for views? Let me know in the comments down below. While you're down there, you may as well subscribe to the channel to join the best community on YouTube. Also leave a like on the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Y'all seen that guy that jumps and lands in the pool 4 minutes later? That's too easy. I can get another son in the NBA and grow my foot back in 4 minutes. Don't need Saratoga and bananas. I need that Premier account.
Everyone has their own morning routine. Some people wake up and the first thing that they do is use the bathroom. I think that's fairly normal for